Hello. I'm in pain today. My ribs are killing me. I played softball yesterday. I was playing shortstop, and I blocked one ground ball with each rib, each side of my rib cage. So we're sucking air right now, and it hurts. The Islanders, though, are doing this funny thing where they're letting us at least, dream about playoffs. JG Pajot, natural hat trick. Okay. The Isles now are within 11 points of the Caps with a game in hand. The Caps have not impressed me all year, but I thought the conference just hasn't been that good. It's been very top heavy, and I thought the Caps would be fine to get in and then just get eviscerated in the first round. And they might not make it to that point. The Isles come out and play pretty well in front of Corey Schneider. It got a little bit dicey late, but JG Pajot, 3 goals, the second of which Anders Lee does a great job of doing the work on. Pajot didn't really have to do a ton, but he put himself in the right spot, so give him credit for that. 3 goals, put the Islanders up 3-0. Late second, Jesper Boquist tips one past Corey Schneider to destroy the dreams of the Corey Schneider shutout in his first game in 2 years. 3-1 at that point. It got to 3-2, and the Isles were just barely holding on. Corey Schneider actually holding down the fort to start the third period. Had a great glove save that I don't even know if he saw it, but he just had the glove out and open, and he caught it. Made a bunch of saves early in that period. And Thomas Tatar, though, ends up scoring. The Isles don't do a good enough job of covering the right, between the circles. And this one just gets ripped top corner. Not much that Corey Schneider could do about either of these. So Corey Schneider doing his part. The Isles, at this point, were scaring me. I'm thinking, there is way too much time left. More than half the period to go. You guys gotta get up. They're going to score again. We know they can score goals. The Devils, it's the defense, the goaltending is the issue. It's not the scoring. So you can't just rest when you're beating them. And the Isles did respond well finally after the Tatar goal, started putting a lot of pressure on, started at least getting the puck deep. And the eventual game winner, Kyle Palmieri puts them up at the time 4-2 with a rip that, it's a really good shot, really good release from a really good player in Kyle Palmieri. But Nico Dawes probably should save it. There might have been a slight deflection in there, but it's that's one of those big saves the Devils just don't get this year. And also I should mention the Islanders, did a good job of containing, for the most part, until the third, a team that had scored 6 goals the day prior and blown a 4-goal third period lead. So in the NHL, it doesn't matter who it is, the worst team in the league, if they blow a huge lead like that and they play the next day, it's usually good for them because it gives them the opportunity to just not think about the previous day, other than just for momentum or motivation's sake. And the Devils got that going in the third. I think getting tired of, they blow the first game on Saturday, and then on Sunday they're just getting blown out, and I think they got a little bit tired of it, and the Isles were able to withstand that with the goal from Palmieri. Nico Hischier makes it dicey late, and I still was worried, but Corey Schneider made a toe save in the last few seconds. The Isles just barely get by, but they count as 2, and they win the game. So now for playoffs, I'll do a little playoff blurb, I guess. Obviously the 2 games against the Caps are basically playoff games. If you lose those, it almost doesn't matter what else happens, because it would have to be a more historic collapse if the Isles lose even a point in either of those games, or give away a point. The Isles really got a gun for regulation. We're getting to the point, and this was a situation the last time they played the Caps, but they might have to pull the goalie in a tied game because you got to beat them head-to-head. That's 4 points, and you need to take all 4. You can't give them the OT points. So the Isles, that's going to be really interesting. I think now, in the kind of dying moments of the year now, you're more likely to see something desperate like that. You weren't going to see that a few weeks ago when it looked like it'd be a joke if that had any effect on the season. But yeah, they are. I think James Duffy did the math. A lot of people did the math, and what they would be 9 points at first. Win the game in hand, you're 9 points out. Both teams have fairly difficult schedules the rest of the way, so maybe the Caps can go 500. I think it was like if the Caps go 5-5-1 and the Isles go like 9-3. With the 2 wins against the Caps head-to-head in regulation, that they could get in. Now, that's a lot, but I was saying at one point in the year, I think they're going to have a late push that gets them to be that best team that misses in the East. I would like to see the Isles push it as much as they can. The draft spot does nothing for me at this point. We know that the difference between 11 and 13, it's your scouting. It's your scouting at that point. The Bruins took 3 players before Barzal. First-round picks fall through all the time. So just if your scouting's good, you'll make a good pick. The Isles took Kiefer Bellows over Tage Thompson a few years ago. At the time, that looked right. It's not looking right now. So, that's my thing. Anyway, we'll see you next time on Belmont Bunch. We have a video coming out tomorrow. Baseball Bunch is back. Dan and I sat down and talked about the Yankees and the Mets and made predictions in more of a long-form podcast situation. So tune in for that. We'll see you next time. Link in the description for the audio version of this is available. Goodbye.